What's up, guys? Welcome to another daily market recap of the SPY. Just one thing about, just start off with the daily chart is today we ended up having a very red day. Well, not very, but it was quite red. It ended up opening above the close of yesterday, but after a quick test, the 390 um, 390.06 level, it pretty much gave up. And as soon as it broke the close of yesterday, it was pretty much determined that it wasn't going to climb from there until it was able to recapture, this 390 level. One thing that ended up happening was that today's candle is actually what you call an inside candle. So it's actually a candle that's engulfed by a much larger candle to the left, right? And so what this candle pretty much signifies, meaning, is that it's pretty much a neutral day in regards to that it didn't really overtake the significance of the candle, prior to that. Meaning, after this day, it looks like we said a very bullish sentiment. Today we had sort of a bearish sentiment, and we actually had small volume to accompany it, but this bearish candle wasn't enough to really overcome the significance of this candle. And so going into tomorrow, we're pretty much looking at a neutral day. But the fact that we did close below, this pink line, or in fact below this orange line right here, it kind of says that we're still trading from the lows of February 5th, until today. We've pretty much just been trading sideways every single day. um, Now, again, this is on actually small volume. I would like for tomorrow in the morning for it to come test the 386 level to get a bounce and to start making a leg higher. If the 386 falls through, then you can probably catch it around the 384.74 level. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the minute chart. Just to recap, what ended up happening today is ended up coming to test this 390 level, sold off, consolidated, sold off, came to test again, sold off with the acceleration through, and pretty much it just ended up chopping sideways. I did see that it did come to make a bottom, and this was a 1 minute candle, so a lot of people were stopped out, but this candle was sucked up quite strongly. And when you see a candle with a very long tail wick like this pretty much is a signal that there's a high probability that the low of the day has been put in. And that was the case, because once this candle, once this high of this candle was passed up, it pretty much just ended up running the rest of the day. Um, so how could you go ahead and trade this is when you see this long candle being put in, followed by the long tail, try to go long as soon as it passes above this. I would have even gone in maybe on the next few candles after, after these green candles. And the reason is because even if you go in after above this level, you don't really have much room to run. You only have about this pink line before you should encounter some resistance. And so that actually ended up happening, where it broke through, faked out, came back down, and then the second time it went through, it wasn't as strong of resistance, and pretty much just broke through, went on to the next level, went on to the next level, to the purple level. And this right here was going to be your very important level for this peaks over here. And what I mean by that is that when the market came, it broke through this one, and then it chopped here, and then it gave out, right? So this means that on the second loop towards this level, this should be resistance. So came back, small pull away, came back, it couldn't break it, and then pretty much a strong sell off. And then it looks like this number was even important because you know onto this level, we got the sell off, and then you saw the next candle have it poked its head above this level, and the next one was a big sell off, consolidation, sell off to the next one, resistance, and pretty much the end of the day it just got killed. However, like I said, this candle isn't all that significant because it is on low volume and it is inside from the previous day. So the same game plan that we had going into today is what we're going to have going into tomorrow. However, today's low day was about 386.02. This candle is about 386.20. look for a bottom tomorrow around this range. If it's able to hold this bottom and bounce away, you're going to have a very green day. And I would look to, in fact, to have a green day and then try to maybe get out around, maybe this range right here, maybe this purple line or even this gray one, because this was what was the high of the day. So for tomorrow, look to see where it opens up. Remember, if it gaps up below, it's the lines above are going to be resistance. If it gaps up above, the numbers below are going to be support. Um, and so be on the lookout for 386. If this gives up, you're going to trade down to 384.74. And if that gives up, you're going to be looking to trade around 383, before you end up trading at 380. And if, this ends up holding, you're going to be able to trade, all the way up until about, first 387 and then about 389 and then about, 390. And this should be, your end goal. If you can close here, it's going to be a very, very bullish close. But for now, we don't really have much else to discuss. Today was just a chop sideways. It's just meant to burn time off the contracts that people are buying. One last thing is that I was taking a look at the monthly chart, and I know I have a bunch of lines, but one thing is that we did end up managing to actually close above the 20 moving average, exponential moving average, which is this orange line here. It's at about 386.36. So as long as we stay above that, it's pretty much an indicator that the short-term trend is still in an uptrend, right? And that's going to be kind of like it's between 386 and then this other that's around 388. Yeah, so it's around this teal line. So like I said, in the morning, what I would try to do is wait for it to bounce around 386, and then if it does bounce and bounces away, so if it runs down, touches it and bounces away, at that point I would actually go long. But we'll see how the market is looking out. We're probably gonna end up trading sideways until we get a major catalyst in the market, whether it be the stimulus or some more COVID news. But it's just gonna be a lot of time burn before the market decides where it's gonna move to next. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them down below, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.